Capturing Cara, Dragon Lords of Valdier, Book 2, by S. E. Smith. Narrated by David Brenin.
Prologue. "All stand for the Honorable Judge Tyneman," the bailiff said, in a deep, booming voice that echoed around the nearly empty courtroom. The 5 people in the small room that served as a courtroom in Tinville, Tennessee, stood as an older man came into the room pulling a dark robe over his T-shirt and jeans. After the judge had seated himself behind the huge podium, he pulled out a pair of reading glasses and glanced down at the papers in front of him. "What's the first case, Bill?" he bid out to the prosecutor, who traveled from county to county in the poorer communities just as he did. They had been weaving their dance for the past 20 years. "Case 101283, the city of Tinville versus Cara Truman," the squeaky voice of the prosecutor said. Judge Tyneman's head jerked up as his eyes flew around the room. A small clearing of a voice drew his attention to the tiny figure standing next to a well-dressed woman of about 40. He briefly closed his eyes when he saw the small girl waving back at him. A huge grin lit up the little girl's face as she called out, "Hi, Uncle Wilfred!" Wilfred Randall Tyneman let out a groan as he stared at his 9-year-old goddaughter. Glancing down at the paperwork again, he saw she had been caught speeding down Main Street on a riding lawnmower. It wouldn't have been so bad, except she had modified the engine and had been caught doing 50 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. This wasn't the first time he had seen his goddaughter in court, and he had a bad feeling it wouldn't be the last. He closed his eyes as he took a deep breath and remembered his promise to Cara's dearly departed mother. He had promised to help Cara's dad, James, any way he could in making sure Cara was raised in a safe, happy home. Wilfred cleared his throat and looked over at Bill, who was trying to act like he wasn't there. He then fixed a stern gaze on Cara. "Hi, honey. Now, do you want to tell me what in the hell you were doing driving 50 miles an hour?" Chapter 1. Cara jumped out of the taxi and hurried around to the back. She waited impatiently for the cab driver to unlock the trunk. She rolled her eyes when the young...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?